Okay, great morning. Yesterday I had somebody on the channel saying, I'd like to see your cards when you lay them down. Well, a lot of times, especially the mornings, etc., I'm doing my reads in my living room. That's not possible, okay? I got a little space like this to lay the cards. I don't have a way to set up an overhead thing. And setting the overhead is really a pain in the ass, okay, if you want to know the truth of it. And I'm not, I haven't made my channel where I'm trying to, do a big business on it. But that being said, my revenue, I'm getting more and more people watching. My revenue is going down. Don't ask me how that happens. But that's the reality of what's taking place right now. My revenue's about half of what it was a month ago. Yeah. So anyway, on that note, I'm going to leave that here. I'm going to do an open read and you can see exactly how I do it. Okay, but don't expect me to be in here every day doing all my reads with an overhead thing because it's a big pain in the ass to do, okay? And I try to give multiple reads a day, okay? Not just one a day, where you do this big setup, etc. So anyway, that's where that's at. So let's go ahead and proceed. Let me get this overhead thing set up. I can never get it straight. It drives me crazy. It's always on a slant. I've done everything I can to try to get this thing set up, but it just, I don't know what they're using, these people that are doing overhead reads all the time. But for me, trying to set it up has just been a nightmare. So anyway, let's go forward and I'll show you. We'll do an open read with the overhead so you can see exactly how I'm doing these reads. Okay, I think I've got this thing set up. Okay. So we're going to ruffle shuffle the cards. I'm going to pull my 18 cards and then we're going to look at them together the way I do it. Well, I can't do it the way I do it online because with an overhead, I can't hold the cards up. But I'll see if I can figure this thing out. So I'm going to pull my 18 cards like I do every day when I do the open reads. Is that showing? I think so. You can see the way that I do it. I always cut the cards. I don't shuffle them and take them off the top. I just don't ever do it that way. See if I can move these over a little bit more. And the extra information. Okay, so we look and see what's underneath of it. So what's driving it? Oh, I hate this overhead thing. What's driving it is the fight for truth, charging forward to truth. So I'm going to sit that there. And we're going to go ahead and look at our cards and see what we have. So the first thing out is we have the desires, the wishes, what's being worked on, and the guarding and protecting, a fight for truth, okay? The wishes, what's being worked on, and the fight for truth. The energy coming into it, we have a new cup, so something new is coming in, a new action for the long term. Looking at the long term, what's going on today, we have the dark element, something that's hidden. We'll pull the card and see what that is. Let's see what's been hidden. Okay, the abuse of power, abuses that he's doing, and new element of truth, information coming out. The challenge is what's being offered. The choices in life being made, the path you're walking when it comes to the White House. Potential outcome, what's being held to. The wheel is turning, karma, and going forward to a better place, looking for a way to go forward. Extra information is about just this feeling of perhaps depression, not liking what's coming. This charging forward of an action when it comes to the dark government. Okay, so when I go and read, we get these laid out. Don't forget what's driving it is this fight for truth. So we look at, I start with the bottom row, the middle row, and then the top row. So the bottom row, the foundation is guarding and protecting for the long term, new information coming out about the White House wanting to go forward from the dark government, okay? So wanting to move this forward. The center of it, we have what's being worked on, a new action when it comes to hidden abuses of power, the life path, the wheel is turning, and there will be some action coming forward, the fight of a new action coming forward. We have above it all the desires, new desires coming in when it comes to the dark drama, what he's offering and holding to, which people are absolutely dissatisfied with. So we have them moving forward when it comes to this dark government. Now I take these out of the way because those are just extra information. And then we start our other read. We do our four corners first. So this is the desire, what's being held to, wanting to go forward to a better place, and standing guard. In the center of it all, I start reading here. We have the hidden abuses of power. So there will be a new action coming out with the choices being made in life. Again, when it comes to the hidden abuses of power, we have the darker element, more truth is coming out. There is new emotions coming out when it comes to dealing with the White House and the long term of what he's offering through his abuses of power. We come over here and we look at the new action, working on what he's been doing, the abuses of power, okay? New emotion coming in for the long term, desiring a new action of new information, and a new action of standing guard against what he's doing. So putting more things into place, okay? So we come over here and then we look at the choices being made in life. His abuses of power that have been hidden, the wheel is turning on that. So karma is coming. What's being offered from the White House, new information being held to, and when it comes to the darker elements, choices being made, moving forward to something better. So now that we've done that, we're going to do the clarifying read. And I'll show you how I do the clarification. We take the cards, again, we're going to ruffle shuffle them. And we're going to do the clarifying read. Now this is just my way of reading cards. Everybody's got their way that they do it, but this is my way. Okay, so let's see what we have in the center of it all. Yeah, the concern. We have a lot of the concern coming out now with the truth coming out and what he's looming over with things. A lot of investigations are going. Also could be self-looking deeper. And the temperance, wanting to balance things. Now we know through these investigations and concern, especially the courts are trying to bring temperance and some balance to things. When it comes to these investigations, we're feeling the loss and a lot of concern, especially when it comes to tariffs, those things going on. So they're wanting to stand guard because of concern and wanting to temper things because of his abuses of power. So maybe they want, because out of concern, taking more charge to stand guard and again, you know, bring this temperance or some balance to it because of the losses that are being engendered by people. Okay, we have, again, something hidden when it comes to the losses, the justice. Okay, justice. So looking for more justice. Holding on. Now, this could be, you know, again, due to the tariffs and all of that drama happening. Holding on. And the lid is off. Okay. We have care and concern about the abuses of power. Looking at all of these, wanting justice for the losses. And so there are investigations going. A lot of concern at the center. Again, holding on when it comes to standing guard and wanting to temper, bringing these things. So then I go over to the bottom, what's underneath of it. There is an agreement when it comes to things not being taken in. We have the Queen of Swords, the fighter, when it comes to his thefts. Okay? And again, what's driving this is what is being given out. What's being given out with the handouts. So I would say, again, this has to do with more about the tariffs. The handout, what's being given out. A lot of concern. The lid is off. They're looking at his abuses that he's doing, wanting justice, hidden justice, feeling lost, looking deeper. Again, there's an agreement about the courts coming out to fight. We have this attempting to hold on and to be able to protect, wanting balance when it comes to his theft and his just ignorance of unwillingness to hear anything, blocking everything. Okay, so this reading looks to be about the pushbacks, the courts, the concern that people are having, the more investigations into what's taking place, more information coming out, okay, more actions coming out, messages about actions when it comes to the restrictions and judgment taking place. Okay, you could continue to go with this. But that's how, go ahead and shut this. So that's how it's done. I got to get this thing out of the way. See, when I'm trying to do the overhead, that thing is right in my face. Okay, So it was more about the restrictions and the things happening, his abuses of power that he's trying to, you know, cover over, that he doesn't want to be seen, things he's doing behind the scenes, and more investigations taking place, more pushback, more wanting to leverage through the courts, some more justice and bringing some balance, because he's out of control. Okay, he is 100% out of control. So on that note, I'll leave that here, you know, just so you can see how I read, how I get to what I'm talking about when I'm giving you the readings on a daily basis.